And welcome back to Let's Play Look Outside. Winding the clock back a little bit, I have brought the Gawker back to life, and now we can see his ultimate form, which is the Eternal Eye. Just waiting for him to wake up Joel there so I can devour him whole. Note that as he mutates, his HP value just carries over into his next form, so all of this DOT damage has just racked up on him considerably. While he is pretty powerful and can attack up to 3 times, with our superior equipment and just guarding everything out, he's no longer in pain. That painful stab lasts for up to 3 turns. We can just devour him whole, get a nice little HP boost for Joel, the first of many we're going to be getting in this video, and a level up, and I can pick up this Cleaner X while I'm at it. So, I left a pinned comment about this on the previous video, but I did make a bit of an amusing mistake in the previous video. I was actually going way too fast. I made it to the ground floor before it had formally become Day 2. This unfortunately meant that as soon as it became Day 2, which happens when the early morning message pops up, Ernest was immediately kidnapped, and I had wasted all the time in the day and did not rescue him, so I lost access to him permanently. I do not want that, because there is actually value in recruiting everyone in a given playthrough now. There is an ending that actually reflects that. Because I reset, I also found out a little bit more about door encounters, specifically that they are seeded when early morning rolls around. So at the start of a new day, that's when your door encounters are picked out. So if you want to manipulate your door encounters for an entire day and not just scout them out, you want to save before you go to sleep, and then save again after in a separate file to scout them, load the save from the previous day if you got a bunch of encounters you don't care about. Among the new encounters I get, I unfortunately did not get the gun trader, so I lost out on the trench coat, the army helmet, and the combat knife, but I did get the sports trader, who also gives you a colander and leather vest, which is almost as good as those items, though unfortunately not quite as good as the combat knife. And also Dan showed up. We are going to be using Dan for a while, because Dan also has a side quest relevant to him. Yeah, alright, let's go. Yeah! Alright, and Dan is actually quite valuable on a curse mode playthrough because he has healing spells, and his stamina is a much easier resource to restore. He can actually put in some pretty good work as a healer, and his ability to live stream does also improve if we complete his character quest. With that established, I'm actually going to equip blades for right now, because we are going to take care of one more thing in this day before we go to sleep. So let's make our way back down to the ground floor. We are going to want to trigger the bus crash before we go to sleep, and we're not going to immediately dive into the Landlord's dungeon. Believe me, I'm getting sick of that place, so I'm looking to stave that off for as long as possible, but we do want it to be open when we have the chance to actually check it out, and since we're going to sleep anyway, and that's going to advance enough time for it to open up, we may as well get that taken care of. It's getting late, but we've got a bus crash to trigger. As always, we will let the enemies flood out, and for Mutt's shop, we have the Pickle Hob and the Combat Backpack. Neither items that I really care about having, but hey, they're there. We're also going to, of course, raid all of the materials here, and heading into the bathroom, we're absolutely going to want to pick up the rat present for the Shadow, once we have the option to gift him, and hey, the Uranus disc. It's not here anymore. Yes, the Uranus disc is actually moved away from Mutt's bathroom in curse mode into a separate bathroom, one we won't be seeing for a while, but a more involved quest in getting that disc has been added to the game, so keep that in mind. Moving on out here, some of the enemies will have flooded out. Note the bus passengers wearing Hawaiian shirts. You absolutely, and I'm actually going to have Dan start working on some of the streaming, you absolutely want to try and kill these guys because they have a chance to drop floral shirts. Floral shirts are actually an incredibly God! That was actually way more damage than I was expecting Joel to get hit with. Boy, that was painful. Let's actually use a tonic on him to make sure he doesn't get taken out. And let's see here. We can also do some healing on him. The value of Dan's healing is dependent on the combination of his viewers and I think his stamina? I can probably figure that out. Honestly, that was more healing than I was expecting, so using that tonic was a bit of a waste. Let's ask Stream Chat for information on Feely here. Get a little bit of an analyze thing. Dan is going to pick up more and more valuable skills. Hey, chat, I'm allowing backseating this time. What do I do here? Am I missing anything? Not even worth your time, in my opinion. It always seems impossible until it's done. Maybe I should get some bots or something. Oh, come on, that was totally enough. And yes, I do want Joel to eat everything he possibly can, so we can get all that extra HP onto him. Feely is one of two enemies that we're going to bother with fighting on this floor. Sam's party is victorious. No floral shirt acquired, but that's okay. Note that the bus passengers still drop relatively consistent money. Also like the little UI for Dan's viewers there. Now let's talk to Jasper. I believe you are Sam, yes? I've heard a lot about you. I am Jasper, leader of the astronomers. We seek 4 offerings for the visitor. 4 depictions of the visitor. Images, writing, anything. We are so close to a breakthrough. I believe there's still some time to save mankind. Bring them to me, and you may join our communion. With every passing moment, our chance to communicate with the visitor grows smaller. We must find offerings. Jasper has gotten a very significant redesign, as you can tell. He's got an ill-fitting bathrobe in place of his previous robes, though he still has his signature mask. There is also several notable things about Jasper on a gameplay level. First off, like the other astronomers, he will accept a specific offering. It is still manuscripts, but unlike previous versions of the game, you can only give him 1 manuscript. You cannot just give him 3 manuscripts to initiate the ritual. Jasper is also the one that you must report to when you have provided offerings to everyone to get them onto the roof. One other thing to note about Jasper is something that we won't be covering just yet. Let me see here. I heard you were the one to... well, actually, tell me about your group. We observed the visitor months ago and have been working tirelessly to learn about it, but it has come at a great cost. Do you think we can kill it? No! That's not what this is about. We don't want to kill it. This isn't about revenge. I think I could kill it. What an absurd thought. This is not what we want. Not what she would have wanted either. With every passing moment, blah, blah, blah. I always hate it when it loops back around to the start of the conversation, because I think it's new dialogue, but no, it's just stuff I've already read. Gets me every single time. Because we've killed Feely, he is located in this room. A little bit of an error with where his sprite gets placed. This is the last room I want to check out for this evening to grab this cell phone here. Looks like it's out of power. You should charge it at home so you can find out whose it is. We need to charge this cell phone back at Sam's apartment to continually get messages from it, and hopefully in due time find its proper owner. Heading out here, we are going to take on this guy right here because he also can potentially drop a floral shirt for us. I would really like to get floral shirts if possible. There we go. That's pretty good damage there. Oh, I hope... man. Let me see here. I should probably give Sam some agility boosting equipment just to make sure he can go consistently before Joel there. That should be enough to... No, not quite. Dan is no longer stunned. Now we just keep going for the eating. Believe me, I know this is a pretty tedious way to go about battling, but it is going to pay off big time in the long run. It is very worth your time to do this in cursed mode. There we go. Come on, floral shirt. Fingernail bomb. Oh, that's useful in its own right. Got gum up the works for Joel, one of the few stamina-based skills for him that we are actually going to use. Like I said, that is the last thing I want to take care of on this evening, so now we'll just return to the apartment. And there we go. Plug the phone into charge. Something I can show off before we go for our rest is that Sam's sprite for the mirror has been updated to reflect his missing arm, should he be missing one. So, we brush our teeth with some toothpaste, and let's also just take the shower ahead of time to make sure I don't forget that. Dan will be losing viewers overnight, but that's okay. I'm sure he's used to that phenomena. I know I'm all too used to it. Think about that giant eyeball you saw hovering over the abyss. Did it come out of a giant skull? Is there something even bigger below? Shower for about a half an hour. Note that the giant eyeball does serve a bit more of a function as of this update. Alright, let's move on from this. Coming into the next day, we are given the option to move our plant into the light. Now, again, moving the plant into the light is still, unfortunately, a dead end for interactions with the plant. Also made sure to feed the cockroaches last night, so we are good friends of the cockroaches. Let's see who awaits us at the door this fine morning. Hey, it's the priest. We are just going to run through the priest dialogue here and get the blessing upon our apartment to make sure that we minimize the effect of minimize the chance that we will get any cursed encounters. So let's just get a quick blessing here. And you know what? I'm feeling generous today. Why don't we give him a $40 to help him out gathering supplies? Let's also check out our phone here. There's a message from Asshole. Did you read the message? Okay, let's take a look at this. Daydreamer, I haven't heard from you since all of this started. I'm getting nervous. Please message me or your mother as soon as you can. Your sisters are here with us and everyone is safe. We've seen things that simply cannot be explained, but we haven't looked outside. I'm sure you've seen things too. We all love you and we're worried. If silence is about the way things ended at Sunday dinner, we're sorry. We'll make it up to you. Please stay safe. Dad. Looks like a concerned family with a unconcerned child, based on the name there. Anyways, let's update our save with Sybil real quick, and hopefully I will not make the mistake I made during my previous recording, where I accidentally overwrote the save that I had, completely robbing me of a chance to save Ernest at all. We're going to start today off by doing a little bit of exploring of not new areas in the context of the LP, but new areas in the context of this playthrough as we do some more training for Joelle. We are going to use a Molotov to breach our way into the frozen apartment. Remember that is a perfectly valid thing we can do in this update now. Grab the ice salt and start grabbing some items around here, and also killing enemies and feeding Joelle. I'm not going to show off every encounter here, because most of the ones we're going to be seeing are the same, but a lot of the pre-existing encounters have boutines added to them, so that is something to keep in mind for a lot of these. But I'm just going to cut around here. Most of the primary enemies we're going to see have the same thing, sans a boutines being added in. There are some new enemies that reflect on the field. Oh, that's just rude. Luckily, stun does not usually last more than the turn it's inflicted, so that is just annoying. But yeah, we're going to have Joelle just devour his way through all of these enemies. As we are moving through here, obviously we want to be collecting all the items along the way, hopefully getting a good amount of money as we work our way through this area. As we're moving through this, it's also important to know that Dan... Okay, he actually can't. I was hoping that he could use his skills on the field, learning how he works as we go here, so sorry to get your hopes up there. I was actually trying to troll you real quick. Did you fall for it? I'm sure I got you. You can see a preview of the potential new enemy we can fight in this area down there. We're actually not going to bother with fighting that guy. I want to be careful and make sure we don't take too much damage in HP moving through here, because we only have so much food to work with. Man, I wonder if Joelle is getting brain freeze from all of this. Important to note that we also periodically get winter-themed equipment from our enemies here, which is not super useful, but it does give us light protection against the cold, and in lieu of having anything else to equip, we may as well use some of it, right? Alrighty, we are getting a little low on HP here, so I'm going to forego killing any more enemies in here, and we are going to make our way to Eugene's shop for today. Hopefully we'll also come across the Shadow as we're making our way along. We're going to take a quick detour into Edwin's apartment to make sure that we have some money to work with. Remember, we've got a spare simple key, so we can utilize that in order to purchase some items from Eugene. There are quite a few things I would actually like to purchase because we are going to be getting into more than a few boss fights today. We are also going to be making an effort to complete the Void Disc quest and get the photo for Lyle. There are fringe perks of getting the photo, so let me see how much money I have. We got 373. Little light on cash, but that might be enough for my purposes. We could also return to Mutt in order to make some sales. As a matter of fact, I'm going to... Nah, we should be fine. I know exactly what I want to buy. We've, of course, also got nightmares to periodically worry about. Remember, they spawn quite a bit more frequently on Cursed Mode, so what we're looking to purchase here is I want to get this gasoline over here. So we'll haggle for that. Remember to haggle for everything. We also want to take these acid flasks here. The most significant purchase we are going to make, and that's going to take most of my money, but that is going to be necessary for the things we are going to be doing in a bit. with that taken care of, let me think. I'm going to return to the apartment to cook a meal, and then we are ready to do some crafting and get into the next major encounter we want to take care of before moving on. Dan approaches the kid and picks it up, but just stands there awkwardly holding it. He puts it back down and walks away. Maybe Dan doesn't really know what to do around kids, let alone a very weird one. Hey, you have any Bagelos? Don't think so. Come on, I need you to check for me. Can you just do it, please? Fine. Oh man, you're the best. Have I ever told you that? You half-heartedly check your pantry for Bagelos. Not even sure what they are. What? Man, no Bagelos? That stinks. I used to eat Bagelos every morning. Well, if we find any Bagelos out there, I call them. How about Crunchums? Do you have any Crunchums? Oh, Dan. Yeah, you tend to get more, meal dialogues as of the new update. Anyways, what we want to make right now is we want to make as many fire bombs as possible. I would also like to create some Molotov cocktails while I'm at it, and we may as well use our vinegar and combine it with a Pyrocare to get a spare acid flask. Having 7 acid flasks, definitely not something I'm going to turn my nose up at. So I'm just going to make all those fire bombs and a couple more Molotovs, and with that taken care of, we'll be ready to take on the Rat King once again. On my way to the first floor, the enemies from the bus have started to flood the stairwell, so we can use this opportunity to eat this guy up. This guy also has the potential to drop a floral shirt, so if we can get that, I would really very much appreciate that. Any good armor I can get at this stage of the game would just be so much appreciated, and yeah, we're a little struggling on that, especially because I didn't get the gun trader encounter. Honestly, I actually made a slight mistake here and forgot to scout door encounters, so I don't know if anything good shows up today, but honestly, it's more later in the game. I would care to manipulate that anyway, so we'll just move on. Got the Devour on Joel. He's already at 121 HP, which is pretty nice. No floral shirt, but we've been getting pretty lucky with the cassette tapes. Hey, it's the Shadow again. Alright, so I have actually relatively quickly encountered the Rat King. What we're going to want to do here is use up some of our healing items to make sure we're in good standing before we get into an encounter with him. And I want to use anxiety meds on Joel and Sam to make sure that they are immune to his charm effect from getting sprayed with the Ichor. Obviously, we want to get sprayed with the Ichor so that we get access to the Rusty Crown. Note that the Rat King on Curse mode gains regenerative HP, so we want to hit him with as many DOT effects as possible. Want to hit him with Molotovs, want to hit him with the Acid Flask, want to hit him with the Fingernail Bombs. Once he gets in close, we also want to hit him with the Painful Stab. And our goal for this battle is to make sure that we actually devour him. So we are getting quite a few DOT effects on him. Look at that, just like nearly a full set of everything. Obviously, the other value of the DOT effects from Painful Stab is that it allows us to scope out his HP more directly. I don't just have to wait until the other DOTs he's dealing with tick for less damage than they have been doing on previous turns. Hey, Lei actually managed to stiff the charm. Ditto for Dan, that's very unusual. Worthy. Anyways, time to hit him with the Painful Stab. Try and get some more bleed on him. I'm going to have Joel teeth himself up. Also going to have Dan get in on the bleed action. And then once we have him fully set up with all the DOT effects, we're actually just going to stand back and let Joel go to work by biting at him. I might have Dan periodically stop to heal Joel. As a matter of fact, let's have Dan switch over to his comm set. As you can see, with an irate intro, he gets quite a few viewers to start things off, so that works out pretty well for him. Remember that Joel is not capable of guarding, so very important that we get this heal on, make sure that he is as healthy as he can be. He's got a pretty good defense stat, so he should be able to survive this in spite of his inability to guard, but especially with full HP. Yeah, see, we're fine there. We should have this guy beaten next turn. Look at all that damage. I mean, he only had, like, what, roughly 80 HP left, so this should be the final hit, and yes, very significant. What, that was like 17 max HP there, and a free giant rat skull, and biting armor on Joel. With his dying breath, the Rat King bestows you his crown. We get the Rusty Crown, and the Rat King is no more. We no longer have to deal with him. Rusty Crown is honestly a bit of a downgrade for Sam. I'm going to equip the Golden Locket here, but I'll equip it regardless, and we can reposition our giant rat skull onto Dan here, get him a little bit more defense. I suppose Lei is also a valid recipient for it. Actually, her equipment is rather weak. Yeah, it's very unfortunate that I lost the bonus equipment from the gun trader. We're going to quickly heal ourselves up here, and next order of business is to rescue Ernest from Rat Hell once again. The crown is deathly cold, but there is yet one more door that I want to check out when we have a chance. As we move along through here, Sam is no longer calm, and neither is Joelle. Oh, I'm lost here, actually. I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, we're in the wrong side of the hallway. At least I didn't blunder into the infinitely looping. There we go. This is what I was looking for, and this is the way we need to go. Let us clear out this door here. Now, part of the reason I want to clear this door is because it has a couple of useful items for us. Obviously, all the ammunition is helpful, but the big thing that's going to be nice to have is the grenade. But also, there is something else that is very noteworthy in this room. Can you notice a difference in the southern wall here? Very difficult to see, but... Oh, the mass of mucus. I think you can barely see the shape of a door. And it is locked, and we do not have a key for it. It doesn't work. Getting a key for that door is going to be one of our big goals for the remainder of this playthrough. Moving on over here, this is where I suddenly realized I had screwed up on the previous attempt at this recording, because Colonel Squeakums was already gone, and I had no idea what had happened until I realized, oh, I made it to the ground floor too early. Anyways, Rat Hell actually is not significantly different from, how it was, where did they take him? It's not significantly different from, how it was on normal mode, so I'm just going to, quickly cut around. Obviously, the enemies hit slightly harder, and have more HP, but otherwise, it's basically the same, so super cut time. It's worth noting that this first encounter is probably the toughest, and is the main reason, one of the main reasons I picked up, an excess of fire bombs, because that will really help us out with, this encounter here. For the next encounter, what I want to do is throw 2 acid flasks at the Lantern Rat. That should take him out just fine. I'm going to have Joelle throw our last Molotov at the Poison Rat, and then we're going to have, let's see, Dan just hit him with Deep Cut. And if we could, it would be nice to have Joelle devour the Poison Rat, but this guy can actually be really nasty and cause a ton of damage to your team, so I'm probably not going to try super hard to get that. Just going to launch a sequence of attacks. What happens will happen. Hey, Joelle actually did manage to devour the Poison Rat. Very nice. For the 3-rat encounter, I'm just going to throw all of my remaining fire bombs at them. Sans for with Joelle, who I'm just going to have him go for eating whatever happens to survive this barrage of fire. Yeah, this is going to be some pretty serious damage to all these guys. Oh, one thing I can actually show off there is that Dan is capable of switching his mood in between battles, so let's just go into the next fight with some healing skills at our disposal and a ton of viewers to use them with. Once again, I'm going to take on the Rat Beast. It's just easier to take on this guy. We're going to throw our last firebomb at him. Actually ended up being spared one because I wasn't able to get them all out. One of my characters got stunned. I believe it was Lei who got stunned. So we're just going to throw 2 acid flasks at him, get all of his, get DOT from the firebomb and big damage, and then we can probably painful stab him and try to have Joelle devour him. Definitely going to want to have Dan use, oh, never mind. I was gonna say, you have Dan use some healing on Lei there, but that problem already took care of itself. I guess we'll use the healing on Sam here. As you can see, this guy's power is pretty considerable. The countless jaws are also something that can be problematic, but fortunately Colonel Squeakums coming in with the bleed was very helpful for us. Now I can just focus on having Joelle eat this guy. There we go. Bit of a shame that we lost Lei there, because she's not going to get any experience. But hey, these things happen. And it cost a first aid kit, but that's also not a big deal. I'm free! I'm free! I'm free! Wee world, I'm free! You're a weird guy, Ernest, but I couldn't let those bullies get away with it. Oh, Sam, I don't think anybody remembered old Ernest. I don't know how to say this. I used to be the guy you see right now. It's tough out there alone. I guess the Ernest I used to be became this Ernest. I guess this ain't the world I'm used to anymore. Maybe I can't go it alone. If you're willing to accept me, I'll do whatever it takes to pay you back. By the way, do you know those rats were working for the CIA? I'll wait for you back at your place. Yes, we've gone over that dialogue once before, but I wanted to do it again. And now with that taken care of, the first floor is completely safe for us. Of course, we could go talk to resolve some of the stuff going on with Frederick. For right now, what I want to do is I want to grab the simple key from this section so that we have it. Also grab this cleaver here, and we are running up on time on the day, so not the video, obviously, but the day. So we'll want to get the negative disc and create the photo for Lyle. So let's get started on that next. While I'm in the area, I did remember to spare these rats, so let's see what these guys have for us. You think you're so tough with that crown of yours? I guess you are. I'm at the stage of my life where I'm just trying to focus on cheese. I feel you, pal, I feel you. While I'm at it, I may as well trade in the remainder of my rat tails. Get the rat tail whip, cause why not? And we will take this filth bomb, cause also why not? I could kill more of the rats to get the filth ring there, but I don't really care to. One final bit of rat-related chicanery awaits us in this room. I've left all these rats alive. Sweet, oh, big guy, I'm walking here. Grinding every day to make that cheese. What are you looking at, Squeak? But more importantly than these guys, this guy right here. Greetings, your majesty. I have a few things for sale. It would honor me greatly if you look at my merchandise. This rat is a vendor, and he sells some very valuable items for relatively cheap. Obviously, an elixir for $10 is a steal, so we're just going to take that right away. Also, a grenade for $10, and probably the most immediately interesting item is the sewage blade. This blade, in addition to dealing slash damage, also deals acid damage, and the game kind of uses an Etrian Odyssey style system, where if a weapon deals multiple damage types, the game will default to the stronger one when determining how much damage it deals. Lots of things in the game are weak to acid, so the sewage blade is a very, very potent slashing weapon. Plus, we're coming up on a section of the game where a lot of enemies are weak to slash, so we'll want to be saving this for then. It can also acidify enemies at random. Thank you so much, your majesty. So that's something to keep in mind as well, and can be very nice when it happens. Now I'm going to take care of some of the enemies that I left alive previously, like the eye cluster. And Lockjaw while we're at it, why not? Since I have some spare cash, I'm also going to purchase some blades from Eugene here. Get the cleaver there. I was supposed to haggle for that, but whatever. I probably used up my allotted amount for the day anyway. With all that taken care of, it's time to take care of the negative disc situation. The negative/void disc, however you prefer to call it. We really do want to get that photo developed before we go to sleep for the day, although there are a couple other things I'd like to take care of in this specific in-game day. Remember, the video is still going to be going for a while. I know it's been a mess of cuts so far, but we're not really at a point in the game where a ton of new content has been added, and we've only seen a handful of meaningfully different bosses. Sometimes that wastebasket can have some junk in it for you. Other times, it does not. Anyways, remember to point the telescope outside. And now it is time, of course, for the Stargazer fight. Ooh, it's already night, so yeah, we have to move quick on this. Didn't give him a chance to introduce himself properly, but you know what, sometimes he doesn't really deserve it. Anyways, we're going to open by throwing a filth bomb and an acid flask, just all of our good throwables at this guy. We'll spend next turn getting DOT set up on him. While I'm at it, I may as well have Joel throw up a biting armor so that he's countering some attacks here, and let's have Dan get all pissed off. We might be able to blind him and minimize the amount of attacks that he's actually hitting. Filth bomb there to poison and make him sick, which is all pretty good, honestly. Hopefully, play panicking, not a big deal. Not super dependent on her to get all my DOT effects set up. Let's go for, let me see, Blind Fury here. And did we get the blind there? I can't tell. We've got so many ailments stacked up on this poor guy. It's honestly kind of brutal. I almost feel bad for him at this point. Like, we are just being absolutely ridiculously mean to him. Honestly, at this point, I'm just going to have Joel teethe, and all the DOT effects that we're hitting him with should probably take him out pretty soon. His eyes are filled with stars. I'm actually going to have Sam guard there. Just have Joel go for the bites. And we are going to have Dan use a tonic on Sam, since he will likely get taken out by the attacks if I don't do some form of healing. Dan is, of course, currently pissed off, so he can't actually do any healing at the moment. It's got quite a few viewers, though. Ooh, the confusion is actually pretty unfortunate. Let me see here. Again, we're just going to have Joel keep biting. One thing to note about biting armor is that any counter that procs from it can also eat the enemy for you. Alright. He should be pretty close to being devoured at this point. Hopefully, Sam does not get killed here. Oh, man, that's unfortunate. Alright. That last bit of DOT tick should put him at the point where he can be eaten. Maybe I should have had Dan go calm down, honestly. Just to make sure that I could get some healing off on Sam. There we go. Little messy there, but another big bit of healing or big bit of HP gain for Joel there. With that taken care of, we are going to bandage up, and we are going to make our way into the cursed other apartment. Or, I should say, our cursed apartment here. Now, the enemies in here, specifically the ones we see on the way back to Edwin's room, do have some differences here, but I want to avoid fighting them if possible. I am going to preemptively give the fireman's axe to lay there, just to make sure if we do get into a fight, we can use cleave. I don't want to fight these guys just yet, because it would be undesirable to get into an encounter with them. Thankfully, we do not advance time. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god! Oh, that one actually genuinely looks kind of terrifying. Believe me, there are some terrifying things waiting for us here. Anyways, let's make sure to not kill ourselves and instead put down the void disc. Now I'm going to make my way over to Vincent's apartment once again. Spine is waiting for us outside the apartment, and yeah, she moves fast. Honestly, you know what? I actually will get this encounter taken care of. So let me just, we might see a couple deaths come through here, but let's get as many DOTs stacked up on her as possible. With Spine taken care of, and there were some pretty nasty licks taken along the way. Oh, we still got one more turn to go? Okay, well, Spine is just about taken care of, and I do actually want to get to the point where I spare her, because there is something else notable that can be done with Spine later on. It's not going the way I thought it would. I thought you would welcome this. Oh, impossible. This can't be wrong. I think you just need some time. I'll back off. I'll let you go. You just aren't ready yet. You just need some time to think it through. I understand. Note that if you choose to kill her, she just instantly dies after that dialogue is resolved. Anyways, Joel is bleeding quite terribly. I should probably craft some bandages when I have a chance also. And with that, our photo is acquired, and the nightmares are doing their level best to harass me, though thankfully it's just the tier 1 nightmares, so I don't have to worry too much about them. It is worth noting that getting black ooze from them is actually a pretty good idea, because you can boost your danger value to get a ton of experience when returning to your apartment. Though, I forget if I mentioned this in the last video, danger value gained by way of giving them or using the black ooze does not actually give you an opportunity to save with Sybil, so be sure to keep that in mind. Now with that taken care of, let's hand the, another nightmare, another photo, or the photo over to Lyle, and he honestly should be done with that in just a matter of a couple hours. Clutching your photo almost lovingly, Lyle skitters to his darkroom to get to work. We should be able to collect them from him in just a little bit. With that taken care of, I'm wondering if I should go back to the apartment. I don't really want to waste any more time, so you know what? We're going to tough it out for a little bit longer. First thing I'm going to do is make my way to Mutt's shop. Yeah, let's just leave it Mr. Henderson to it. Ah, score! Mutt is selling a very, very important item right now. The main reason Mutt's got a brand new Sprite, which looks pretty good, honestly. The main reason I was coming here was to just sell some junk, but that training belt is also an insta-buy. We want to get that right away, so let's sell all our treasure here. A lot of the treasure is unfortunately quite a bit less valuable than it is on normal mode. As you can see, there's been about a 25% reduction in the value of everything you can sell as well. But we are going to want to liquidate all the junk that we are not going to use because, well, it is just, not going to be very valuable. I think I forgot to, talk to, Ben. It's a good thing I noticed that ahead of time. Anyways, I'm going to get the training belt here. or special belt. We're going to buy it. And I'm going to make my way back to Ben now, because I just realized I forgot to talk to him in this playthrough. It's a good thing I noticed that I forgot to actually talk to Ben. Note that his room has already started to change slightly. This is something that will become super oh god, super relevant later. You know what? I'm playing a little too dangerously. Let's return to the apartment real quick. Let me see. We are going to make a couple of meals. It is currently 23:06. You know what? Let's make a meal for the team here. We'll just make some frozen fish, leave something out for the roaches, and then we will actually sleep and pass the day. No way! Super Jump Lad 1 is the weakest in the whole series. Primitive graphics, poor level design, amateur controls. It's the best. Jump like you jump super high, and collecting coins rules. Just juvenile. 2 is clearly the best in the series. It's not even debated anymore. It's accepted canon. You jump way more in 1. The cloud levels are cooler. These aren't even serious criteria to judge a game on! 1 has faster power-ups and bigger pipes, too. This isn't serious critique. You don't care at all about Super Jump Lad 2's artistic depth and vision. Oh, Dan. As we went to sleep, Dan has received $5 in ad revenue. His streaming is now quite literally paying off. How good, how good. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna keep that train of thought going, because we should have alternate dialogue with our plant today. Hello there, plant. How's it hanging? No response. Rude. It's because you wanted the light. Yes, we do get a slight divergence in the dialogue for that when we do not pull it out to the light. What do we got from the roaches here? It's Big Friend. We love you. Help, Big Friend. Sadly, we still do have to leave out some more food for them to actually get roaches recruited. And should you read a message? Well, looks like we got something from Loser. Yo, it's Randall from work, lol. Nose ring guy. Just so you know, the shop is closed. Pretty crazy what's going on, right? Just wanted to make sure everything is good with you. Kinda sucks not hanging out in the stockroom with you. Almost miss getting pushed around by the boss now. By the way, want to get coffee or something when this is over? LOL. Should you read a message? I don't think I need to see anything more from that guy. Anyways, let's just update our save real quick. By the way, I mentioned previously that holding spacebar speeds up the battle messages. It also speeds up the text without hitting confirm automatically when you go into the next bit of dialogue. With that taken care of, our first order of business will be to pick up the photo from what the... Hello? Sir? You are... Sir? Huh. That's... different. Let's, go investigate that real quick. I'm not leaving that one. Oh, you're... Sam, right? I'm Louie, the guy from the laundromat. You remember? We talked about video games a bit. Why are you giving me that look? Oh, right, the suit. Yes. Have you heard of Choco Croc? You know, the cereal mascot? This is my, brand Sona, you know? Hey, you'll never get my Choco Rocks, Choco Croc. Your Choco Rocks are safe, Sam. I can't really eat them. I have diabetes, so I have to be careful about sugary cereals. I only eat them on special occasions. I'm more into the lore, really. Anyway, I really had to go out and get some food, so I put this on for protection and went out there. I don't think that's how that works, my guy. I was thinking maybe this will protect me. It's a very thick fabric, no light gets through. I was hoping I'd be fine. And, if I wasn't fine, maybe there'd be a chance that I would, become one with the suit. I wouldn't mind that, you know. I mean, obviously it's not ideal, but anyway, it worked. I guess I'm back here with some food and I'm safe. That said, I think the zipper is stuck. I can't get this thing to open at all. Could you help me out? Before my roommates see me like this. I don't want to hear the end of it. Sure, let me help. Stop! Why is that so painful? Felt like I was being stabbed. Wait, you don't think... I do feel a bit strange. I can't really tell where my body ends and the suit begins. Do you think? I think you might be a dragon now. I think I can really feel it. I think this is me. That's great! It's my dream! I feel powerful. I feel... hungry. I'm glad I'm not made of Choco Rocks. I don't eat Choco Rocks. Diabetes. So hungry. I am fiber! River Dragon! And unfortunately, Louis is just completely Coco for Choco Rocks. There is no way to spare him in this encounter. You can run away, but he will not actually be a non-hostile NPC. Killing him here, though, does unlock some stuff later. Yes! The power of a complete breakfast! Oh boy, he is just completely lost in the sauce here. Let's just go for as much damage as we can. Let's hit him with the Blind Fury to try and minimize the damage that he deals to us. Hit him with another DOT effect, and he'll probably die pretty soon. Okay, we just need to have Joel keep chomping down on him, get that Devour going, get a little bit more HP, and a nice little bit of recovery, honestly. Any passive form of healing we can get is also much appreciated in Curse mode. I feel a little bad for Louis, but, you know, probably his fault for thinking that would work. I'm doing wonders to justify that to myself. Anyways, beyond Louis, there's quite a few things in this newly available apartment for us to check out. Like Louis said, he has a bunch of roommates, and each one of them has something interesting for us to go through. So why don't we go counterclockwise around the room, though we'll start in here, because in this bathroom, a few more supplies for us, plus some cloth so we can do a little bit more crafting, get a little bit of cleaner X here, and unfortunately, the medicine cabinet is non-interactable. This room, it's a little freaky, honestly. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Are you okay? Hey, hi, I'm Charlie. What's happening to you, Charlie? I developed kind of a rash. There's these bumps and welts. One of them grew over my eye. I can barely see out of it now. I tried feeling inside one of those holes, and, there was something wriggling in there. I think there are eggs inside. I don't know what to do. How did it happen? The drapes were down, but the window was open a crack. A funny-looking bug flew in. I tried chewing it away, but it bit me. It dug inside my skin and wriggled in. I clawed at it, but I couldn't get it out. Did you look outside? I didn't. I swear I didn't. The outside came to me instead. It's so unfair. Anything I can do for you? I don't know. I think I'm doomed. I feel like my life is already over. I feel them crawling inside my head. I'm so scared. I wish we could do something for him, but I think he's right. I think he's kind of screwed. Well, we can check on him every day and see how he's doing. Down here... Oof. Dark in here. A large, grotesque creature waddles to you. Long, twisting fingers pick at spring-loaded teeth, which click and clatter around its cavernous mouth. My name is Keely. You want to play? Doesn't seem aggressive, but the way its teeth roll and slide around its mouth is unnerving. Something from a nightmare. It's a maze! With locked doors. You have keys you can explore. Anything you find, you can keep. Fun! It hops around like a child, excitedly clapping misshapen hands together. If you have no keys, Keely has some. Keely, sell them! Can Keely help you? Well, let's talk. Okay. How you doing? Doing very good. Very, very good. Can Keely help you? Let's see. What are the rules of the game? First rule is crucial, important rule. You have fun with game. Second rule is you key to open door and find treasure. Important rule. Third rule is no lock picking. Ruin the whole point. Too easy. Play fair, okay? No fourth rule. Three's all of them. A 3-rule game. Can Keely help you? Well, let's talk a little bit more. What happened to you? Friend of Keely looked out window. Started to feel ill. Locked in bathroom. Want to come out. Friend screaming. Scared. Keely picking the bathroom door. Want to see. Want to help. And then Keely got it open. But friend is gone. Bathroom window open. So bright. Keely feel ill too. Keely still don't know where friend is. Gone. Can Keely help you? Well, I want to play. Get to open some doors then. Keely will just wait here and watch. And if you want to buy a key, yes, Keely has got keys to sell. Price go up every time you buy, so use them carefully. Prices go down a bit again every day. Now, Keely, I believe it's like $15 to $20. The price goes down every day, and the price can eventually get down to $0. Which is, of course, nice, getting a free key. If you happen to luck into the lockpicks early, this is a place to utilize your simple keys. And the wrapped presents are the main thing you want to go through for, as you can get some pretty good items from them. There's one last room to check out. What awaits us in here? Well, there's a wrapped gift, and over there... Is that... You You feel an urge to run away. Hello, I'm Pierre. Nice to meet you. How you doing? You seem a bit lost. Just standing there looking at me without saying a word. Are you a little shy? Whoa! That startled me. So you can speak. I was starting to think you might be mute. That said, I didn't understand a single word. That was more of a terrified scream. Maybe we should do charades? I'm so afraid! No, still not understanding a word. Oh my, you look like you've seen a ghost. You're as white as a sheet. Come now, that's my thing. Get a red nose from a drink or two and I'll be out of a job. Well then, my speechless colleague, what's your name? Can you give me that at least? Sam? Did you say Sam? I can barely make it out. Okay, we're going somewhere. We got a name. Pleased to meet you, Sam. This is going off to a rocky start, but we can pull through. I'll get a smile out of you, I swear. Clown's honor! Now hang on. I mean, his name sounds familiar. Do I know you from somewhere? Oh, come back to me, I'm sure. Can I help you, Sam? Run! You get the hell away from that thing. Sam just immediately bolts out of the room, and you are not going back in there. Sam, well, maybe I should leave it up to him to tell us if we return to our apartment real quick. You're still thinking about that thing, that clown. You hate it so much, knowing that it's nearby. You could be doing anything. How long has it been living there? You take a deep breath. Calm down. It's not gonna hurt you. Just put it out of your mind. And that's all we needed to really take care of there. With that taken care of, we're going to make our way... Hey, wait a second. What the hell's going on with that door? Clint, if you just excuse me for 1 second. We might actually get a chance to see something with Clint here, depending on how long this battle goes on for. She was in her crib, up by the window when it happened. I have her smile, her beautiful smile. She bit me on the arm. Now I'm growing her teeth, her beautiful baby teeth. I love her so much! And yes, Clint mutates a little further throughout the battle. But, gee, what the... Everything is looking kind of messed up in here. Huh. Well, I'm sure that's no big deal. Okay, that's not supposed to happen, but whatever. Guess I left the room a little too quickly before she could leave. Anyways, with that taken care of, let's make our way to Lyle's apartment. On the way back, I encountered the Shadow. The robe shakes and trembles, and we get our tongue. Once again, we want to give it a gift, and remember, it is important to get the best responses possible to this. The Shadow just loves a wrapped present, so we just make sure to hand that over. And there we go. By the way, do not give the army guy figure to the Shadow. Now, in earlier updates, that actually did not matter, but as of this update, you do actually want to keep the army guy figure for something later. Now that we've given the wrap gift off to the Shadow, why don't we actually open up one of ours? You receive a Christmas sweater. Now, wrap gifts actually have a pool of different things they can give you. Let's see, this is actually pretty similar to our hoodie, but gives us a little bit of cold resist and some extra luck. Over here, Lyle has finished with the photo. Once again, we are going to just give Lyle yet another smooch. Do I need to leave the room? Let's smooch him real quick. Score. Now, temptation may be strong, but we know to not look at Lyle in this situation. Again, you hear it? No peek, no peek. Let him have his fun. I could get used to this. So, we will leave, but listen very closely for when you leave the apartment. Huh. That sounded like the clattering of Lyle, honestly. Weird. You know, and I also feel the strangest compulsion to just return to my apartment real quick. Why don't we do that? Once again, make our way past Clint. Don't worry, we will... Eventually, we won't have to do this anymore. We're actually getting pretty close to the point where we don't have to do this nonsense. Clint has recovered from his spontaneous mutation. Getting a second opportunity to see that. I will say, I do appreciate the horror. Clint, let me go. There we go. Third time is the charm, as is often the case for running in this game. Wait, what? Lyle? What are you doing here? Hello, Sam! Welcome home! Since we're such good friends now, I thought I'd crash at your place for a bit. Yeah, mine, right? I know I take up a lot of space, but... of course, Lyle. Consider this your home. Like his hands there. I can't believe how cool you are, Sam. This is a perfect man. Behold. Oh, hey, fancy running into you here, Sam. I mean, you live here. I mean, never mind. Well, let's talk to Lyle. Oh, cool, yeah, let's talk. So, how you doing? Just guarding the homestead, I guess. Hey, if you feel like bringing me along, that would be pretty cool, huh? What do you think will happen? Oh, well, that's kind of a tough question. I saw what it was like outside, and I think it'll be a while before things can go back to the way they were. What happened to you? I was taking pictures of the sky the night before the whole disaster began. Must have caught a sight of it. Started changing before everybody else. Thought I was losing my mind. It's kind of a relief when everyone else started turning to monsters the next morning. Funny, huh? I wasn't crazy. The world was just ending. Oh. Anyway, yes, Lyle is a party member. We are going to be removing Lay from the party to get him in. Don't worry, we'll be seeing more of Lay in due time. Stay behind for now, though, Lay. And... oh, hey, fancy running into you here. We are going to add Lyle to the party. Lyle is a very good party member. He's been on the slow side, but he is very durable, as you can see. He can use any kind of weapon, which we're going to want to set him up with some blades right now, but he can also use guns. And he has a number of unique skills that scale with his level. Don't want to give him the teeth pendant. Starting off, he has Big Chomp, which drains enemies' HP to recover himself. Actually, a very effective way to recover him. He has Blinding Flash to attempt to blind enemies, and Development Fluid to be a consistent form of acid damage, which again also scales with his level. He has a number of unique skills that he will continue to learn as he levels up, like so many other characters, so Lyle is very worth your time to use. One big problem he has is that he is one of the slower characters in the game, so I wouldn't recommend using him on a team that already has a ton of slow characters on it. With that taken care of, we're going to make our way back to the ground floor now. With our very powerful team at this stage of the game, we are good to just go to town on a lot of the enemies we can come across. Going to have Lyle try to set up the development fluid there in order to acidify the enemy. It's nice to have a form of acid damage that does not require us to utilize an acid flask. Going to deep cut there, and then just have Sam and Joel alternate on hitting this guy down. Actually, honestly, I'll probably have Sam start guarding here, and then have Joel get to work on eating the, oh, what's his name again? Millidoits here. Oh, whoops, I did not mean to do that. That was, hopefully, okay. Oh, no, Lyle! We love you, Lyle, but also, why'd you have to do that? That was my fault. I apologize. Over here, we've got Main Ghosh, who is another chance to get access to, some floral shirts, or a floral shirt, if we're lucky. Come on. Okay, he should be pretty close to the devouring point here. Yeah, okay, yeah, just one more bite and he's devoured. We're getting to the point where Joel is no longer getting maximum HP from everything he can eat, so it isn't strictly necessary to have him devour everything, but no floral shirts. It's been a while since I've gotten one of those. Over here, we'll take care of this guy so I don't have to juke around him anymore. Let's go for the painful stab. Let's go for some teething, deep cut, and deep cut. Because Lyle has I have Lyle equipped with the fire axe, he should be able to actually reach this guy and hit him on this turn. Yeah. If I equipped Sam with something that had a bit more range, he also probably could have gotten a hit there. One thing to note about painful stab is that, as the name implies, it is a stabbing motion. You do need a bladed weapon or some kind of piercing weapon in order to actually hit anything with it. Okay, let's go for painful stab, or rather use the skill altogether. If you do not have something that is stabbing, slashing, or piercing in nature, you will not be able to actually utilize the skill on the enemy. May as well have Dan do a little bit of healing here. It's a good idea to pick up stuff like energy drinks for Dan, because you'll be using his healing a lot if you have him on the party. It's one of the big benefits of bringing him around. Okay, that should be pretty close to getting Joel to devour here. This will definitely get him some extra max HP. Not quite. Oh, whoa, whoa. Yeah, sometimes when I'm holding the spacebar, I do start mashing it through. Spacebar also kind of functions as like a light auto bat. Oh, come on. Come on, Joel, get out of it. Snap out of it. No! Okay, let me cut to when we finally get to devour. There we go. Gotta love it when the enemies decide to be difficult. Now, the main reason I want to come over here was not to defeat or devour these guys, but these enemies over here. Note the one in the back, the high five. We're going to do this nice and simple and just go for cleaves with everyone. I'll have Joel go for the attempt to devour that guy in the back. Oh, right, Dan is out of, stamina to use cleave, but that is a-okay. Note that our cleaver has cracked there, so that is unfortunately something we're going to have to worry about going into the Landlord's dungeon. Slashing weapons are once again very, very useful and helpful for us, but it is entirely possible for a lot of them to break, which is why I recommend using them sparingly up until this point. We definitely want their power to help us out. Okay, nice, we can get the devour on this guy with Joel. Now, the reason I want to fight this guy, high five here, once you defeat him, he has a 100% chance to drop a very nice item, the watch. What does the watch do? Well, if you've ever used a watch before, you know exactly what it is. The watch tells you the time, it goes to the top of your key item list, and you can use it to keep track of what time it is exactly in the apartment building. You can also utilize it as a way to, see how much, or track how much time is advanced by the danger given to you in certain areas. Each area does have a specific amount of time that advances when you go into it. It's not a universal thing like I previously thought, so you can use the watch and actually map out your danger value or your time passed if you are dedicated enough and want to economize your way to play through this game. Let me see. Do I want to go in here? Yeah, let's get the Landlord's dungeon started once again. As always, Mr. Henderson is getting taken down by or accosted by these enemies. Once again, he takes a shot on this guy. Once again, he is accosted by many hands. And once again, he kill steals on us. Also, my machete is damaged, but that's okay, because I plan to switch Sam over to the sewage blade soon anyway. And once again, we get pop quizzed on what his name is. One of these days, I'm going to check out what happens if you answer incorrectly. I live here. Are you okay? Did you spit them out? Don't change the subject. They tricked me into opening the door. This could be another trick. You're Mr. You know what? You're my landlord. It's Mr. Henderson! And your rent's late, Sam, as usual. Okay, I was wondering about that. Now quit bleeding on my living room floor and get some antibiotics in the bathroom, you dunce. Some of them got in my mouth. I'll get some kind of infection. I'll be fine. Just get it quick. I don't have time for your lollygagging. Okay, let me grab all the stuff in here. Since he planted a bullet in my gut, I think I've earned the right to raid his safe. And with his room fully looted, once again, the Landlord dungeon begins proper. You know, I'd like to say at this point, I'm actually getting kind of sick of this place. Note that instead of $75, he's asking for $100 in rent. Yes, all of his costs have gone up. The costs in order are $100, $200, $400, and $800 right at the end. So what's that? Let's see, $300, $700... Total of $1,500 required to get through the Landlord dungeon now. Good. It's about time you took responsibility. Now, the nice thing about this is that, well, not nice thing, but the reasonable thing about it is that all the enemies in the Landlord dungeon and all of the sources of money, those have remained the same. You get the exact same amount of money for killing everything in the dungeon. I do need to advance my time here, and there are going to be a ton of new things to talk about, but I want to save that for next time, I think. We are about to wrap up this video. I think we've accomplished enough at this point. We just want to advance our danger track enough so that I can actually save. When we get back to Sybil, there we go. I really do not want to get into an encounter here. Actually, before I forget, I really want to equip Dan with a weapon, because his His cleaver actually broke during the fight, so we'll give him a fresh one. Now, let me return to the apartment and save real quick. Once we got back to the apartment, Lyle learned his next skill, Lyle Kicks, another very good one. Once again, does not do its damage based on his attack power, but instead his agility. So if you equip him with agility boosting equipments, this actually becomes pretty potent. Kicked with many sharp legs, hits 4 times on random enemies to make them bleed. It's kind of like, not quite as good as Helen's Massacre, but it doesn't have the massive drawback of just rendering him way weaker if you utilize it, so that's very nice. Whoops, accidentally did speed through and overwrite my save there. Not that it matters this time, since I haven't put myself in any untenable situations. Anyways, I'm going to eat real quick, and we're going to do one more thing to close out this video. What we're going to do to close out this video is to show off something that you can do with Jasper. Specifically, let's kill him! Are you sure you want to attack? Yes. And Jasper actually has a unique battle theme, so we are just going to lay into— oh, come on! Well, I'm gonna be reloading my save anyway, so it doesn't matter, but that is particularly annoying. If I wasn't going to be just reloading my save— I don't know what madness has taken hold of you, but I am not defenseless. Cease your attack now. I will let this slide as a momentary lapse in judgment. The last few days have been hard on all of us, yes. And as you can see, Jasper is a little bit more affected by his encounter with the visitor than he might like for us to think. And he is actually a reasonably difficult person to fight against. As you can see, he's got some pretty serious damage there. So we are going to actually go all out on this now, if that's how he wants it to be. Ah, come on, there goes my fireman's axe. No, you must stop. Ah! Yes, okay, here's where the fight begins for real, and Jasper has lost all his senses. We're going to make use of the acid flask we have, and let's try out our new Lyle Kicks. Hit him with that acid flask there, bites down with the misshapen jaw to infect Lyle there. And there we go, beautiful stuff. Yeah, pretty good damage from Lyle there, honestly, so very pleased to see that come through for us. Let's have Dan just do a deep cut here, go for another Lyle Kicks. If we hit him with one more of those, he should— ah, come on! There goes Dan's weapon. Fortunately, he has other means to attack. Go for another Lyle Kicks there. Jasper is slain. We get the roof access key. Yes, if you kill Jasper, you can take the access key to the roof from him, and you can go onto the roof without doing anything to prepare a ritual beforehand. Obviously, this is a terrible idea, so you know what we're gonna do right now. Let's make our way to the rooftop and see what it is like to reach it by our lonesome. While we're on our way there, I would actually like to address something I forgot to mention in the previous video, and that's regarding the challenge runs. In the previous updates or versions of the game, you could complete challenge runs with the failed ritual ending and have no final boss, and that would be a-okay. As of this version of the game, that is no longer the case. You do need to get an ending with a final boss fight in it. You must do some form of a flawed ritual, or Shinamon, or if you're really enterprising, a perfect ritual. You're outside. You don't feel any different. And in the outside, the aesthetics and layout have changed slightly. I forget if there were these rocks on the path that impeded your way forward previously, but, well, if they weren't there, they are there now, so yeah, you can't walk through some of these rocks. Also, once we get to the main rooftop proper, we'll find that the place is much fancier than how it looked previously. Lots of the things moving around here are now animated. None of the astronomers remain. They all failed. You will need to perform this ritual on your own. Time to head to the ritual circle and begin. Oh, the game is being a little generous to us there, and once again, we are feeling ourselves, boy, I've got a splitting headache. Your body convulses violently as your head splits. Your limbs bifurcate and stretch in every direction. Your mind splinters into something beyond human understanding. You've become a living fractal. So yeah, if you've just had enough and want to end it all, you can kill Jasper and take his roof access key. Once again, we get to see the failed ritual. Kinda disappointed we still don't have any art for this one though, but hey, maybe someday, maybe someday. As always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then though, goodbye.
I don't dispute the doubts you've outlined, but it's my right to waste your time.